A very warm welcome to all the class 7 students of Patanjali Rishikul. Children, I hope that you are staying safe at home and following all the guidelines which are given to us time to time. Now, since studies is an essential part of your life, so let's start with a new topic. Today we will start with the English grammar topic, that is nouns. Now before I start the class, just for a second close your eyes and think about something which does not have a name. Come on, strain your brain. Yes, you can do it. Just strain your brain and think of something which does not have a name. Are you able to do so? I'm sure not. It means that everything in the world has a name, and that is why it comes in the category of noun. Whether we feel something, we touch something, something which occupies space, all these things have a name, and so all the names come in the category of nouns. So today our topic is nouns. So in short we can say that all the naming words are called nouns. All the naming words are called nouns. Whether we name a person or we name a place or we name an animal, an insect or anything. We can name our emotions also, we can name our feelings also. So everything, all the naming words are called nouns. For example, let us take school, it's a place. Table, it's a thing. Teacher is a person. Happiness is a feeling. So all these things, they come in the category of noun. Now, according to different kinds like person, place, animal and thing, accordingly there are basically 4 kinds of noun. Main 4 kinds of noun are there. That is proper noun, common noun, collective noun and abstract noun. Now let's start with proper noun. Now proper noun, when we say, that means a specific name which is given to a person or a place or a thing. That name cannot be given to all the people or all the nouns. It is a specific name. For example, my name is Seema. So Seema is a proper noun. In the same way, your name also comes in the category of proper noun. That is the specific name given. The second kind of noun is common noun. Now, when we say common noun, that means a name which is given to a variety of things which come together in a category. That means when we say student, it can be any student. When we say book, it can be any book. So book, student, market, school, they all come in the category of common noun. But if I say English language book, that comes in the category of proper noun, because that is the specific name given to a particular book. If we say school, it comes in the category of common noun. But when we say Patanjali Rishikul, then it is a specific name given and then it comes in the category of proper noun. Now, the third kind of noun is collective noun. Collective means a collection of something. For example, we say bananas, that comes in the category of common noun. We also say a bunch of bananas. So when we say a bunch of bananas, that comes in the category of collective noun. We say a bunch of keys, an army of soldiers, a fleet of ships. So ships, soldiers, they come in the category of common noun. But when we say fleet, when we say a pack of wolves, pack, all these come in the category of collective noun. Now, proper noun, common noun and collective noun, these three nouns we can touch, we can see, we can feel, and they occupy space. The fourth kind of noun is abstract noun. Now, abstract noun is something which we can feel only. We cannot touch that. And it also does not occupy space. That comes in the category of abstract noun. For example, our feelings are there, happiness is there, youth is there, childhood is there. All these we can feel, but of course we cannot touch, and they don't occupy space. So they come in the category of abstract noun. Now altogether, when we talk about these nouns, we can divide these nouns into two categories. These four kinds of nouns we can divide into two categories, that is abstract noun and concrete noun. Now concrete nouns, as I said, they occupy space and we can touch them, we can feel them, we can see them. That means proper noun, common noun and collective noun, they come in the category of concrete nouns. And the another category is abstract noun, which we can only feel. Now another kind of division is there, the another category of nouns is there, in which we can divide these nouns into countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns means all the nouns which can be changed into plural forms. That is, we say boy and we say boys. We say school and we say schools. We can say chair and we can say chairs. So all the nouns which can be changed into plural form, they come in the category of countable nouns. And so all the common nouns come in the category of countable nouns. But yes, of course, again, there are some nouns which cannot come in the category of countable noun, though they are common noun, but still they cannot be in the category of countable noun. For example, we can say wood, we can say milk. They are in the category of common noun, but they cannot be in the category of countable nouns. They come in the category of uncountable noun. We cannot count sugar, we cannot count milk, we cannot count wood, though they are common nouns, so they come in the category of uncountable nouns. Many of the collective nouns come in the category of countable nouns. The uncountable nouns means which we cannot make the plural form, and mostly the abstract nouns come in the category of uncountable noun. Now feelings, of course, when we talk about, again there is an exception. Some of the abstract nouns also come in the category of countable nouns. For example, when we say memories or when we say pleasures. Now these are feelings, these are abstract nouns, but still we can change it into plural form, so they come in the category of countable noun. Now before the class is over, let's have a recap of what we have studied. All the naming words are called noun. It can name materials also. It can name an idea. It can name an emotion. It can name a quality, anything. So all the naming words are called nouns. Now, the nouns can be divided into 4 kinds. That is proper noun, common noun, collective noun and abstract noun. All together, proper noun, common noun and collective noun, they again can be put in one category, that is concrete nouns, and the another category is abstract noun. Now these kinds of nouns, of course, again can be put another category, that is countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable means where we can make the plural form, and uncountable means where we cannot make the plural form. So that is all for today's lesson. We will meet in the next class where we will be discussing the exercises related to this topic. Thank you, children. Have a nice day. Study well and stay safe.